Alright guys, so the site looks awesome on this computer right here. However, nowadays we have to make the site look good across mobile devices, tablets, laptops, desktops. So what we do to do this is called responsive design. So let me show you something. You see how the screen resolution changes? You can see the site change as we go through it. We've talked about this a little bit before throughout the class, but we're going to learn now how to program it correctly. So this is the smallest here. This would be like viewing it on an iPhone, and obviously it doesn't look good. We don't like the way this looks. So we have to fix this. But how do we do that? The cool thing is Bootstrap is built on a grid system, and it has these different media queries here. All right? And you can see that at different points, the screen changes. So look up top here around 1 million lines on the nav bar, and see they do responsive design for us. See how it changed right there? And it changes right there. Well, there are certain points it changes at. So let's see this. So you can see it. So changes a little bit at right around 1200. Little changes again right around 990. And changes again at 760. You can see that right here, 760, 990, 1200. This is the different media queries. Okay, so we're going to use this, and we're going to make our site do that completely with the stuff we brought in. So let's keep this, and let's get below, because it looks good, let's get below 990. Site still looks good. All right, now we see this change. And we'll get right in between 990 and 768. So at this level, we're on small devices, aka tablets, as you can see here. 768 pixels and up, all the way till 992 pixels are small devices, tablets. All right, so how's the site look here? It doesn't look bad, but what I want is I want to be able to see this code logo here, and I want this whole section to end right at the bottom of the screen. It's called above the fold, what people see when they first come to the screen. So how can we do that? Well, we're going to make this font here, or text here, a little smaller. So let's play around with it. So I like that, 47. And you see how this goes all the way out here? But yet this code right here tends to end small on the screen. I mean skinnier in the screen. And the reason why is because earlier we gave this section a padding. So see this padding over here of 80 pixels left to right? Let's just make that 0. Yeah, now it goes all the way to the edge with that. Now if we do this, it's all contained up here at the top of the screen. Alright, so let's see what we did. Changed H1 47 pixels, and then we changed the paragraphs to have no padding on the sides. So, and we want this to happen once you get into less than a desktop size. So we want this to happen in this range of tablets, the tablet size, and for now we'll go ahead and say phones too until we look at it in phones here in a second. So how do we do this? We're going to do a media query. So media query just says at a certain screen resolution, make the CSS this. So at media, and instead of doing like Bootstrap does, we're going to say max. We're going to say max width. And what I want to do is I want to do less than 992 pixels. So max width of 991 pixels, which will put it in the tablet size. And will also apply to small devices as well, because 999 pixels and below, it's going to have these properties. So 991 pixels. All right, now we're going to do our media query in here. And remember what we did? We changed H1 to have a font size of 47 pixels. And then changed paragraph tag to have no left and right padding. So Jumbotron P padding 10 pixels top and bottom, 0 pixels left and right. Now save that. Let's reload the page. Oh, I messed up here. Take out that bottom. Save that, reload the page, and it looks good. Very nice. Awesome. All right, now what we want to do is make sure it's going to look good on phones, on mobile devices. So let's keep going, and we have to go below 768 pixels. Remember, that's where it changes. That's where the phone, mobile devices, phones, iPhones, Androids, that's the screen resolution for that. And you can see how right at 768, Bootstrap does this for us to put the nav bar there where it's a clickable button. And just to make sure it looks good all across all phones, let's go as skinny as possible. Alright, so it's still 47 pixels. Doesn't look good. We're going to have to minimize, make that smaller. So let's go ahead and do that. 47 pixels. Alright, that could work right there. And then we're also going to want to change this paragraph. Jumbotron paragraph font size. We were at 27 pixels. Let's go 20 pixels. See how that looks. It's still big. $16 I'll go with that. Go with 16 pixels. And then let's also do this button. Button large, 36 pixels. Let's go down to, let's go to 26. Alright, so everything fits on the screen here. Let's also take this padding here just to be 0. Yeah, now everything's on the screen. Now let's scroll down. You can see that. Doesn't look bad. That looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Alright, the only other thing we need to change here is this image here. So it's going off the screen. So let's give it a width of 90%. Very nice. So it fits within the screen here. So now we need to do this over here. So once again, last time we did max width of 991 pixels. This time we want to do max width of 767 pixels. So everything below 767 and below, which is all mobile devices, all phones, are going to have these CSS properties. So what did we change over here? Remember we changed this to have font size of 27 pixels. Go ahead and copy all this. I remember we changed this to have 0 padding all the way around. And also a font size of, what was it? 17 pixels. What else did we change? Change this. Change the button large class. So button large class now has a font size of 26 pixels. .ptn-lg font size 26 pixels. And one other thing we changed. This image here in the footer. So let's go ahead, since we know it's the only image in the footer, let's go ahead and say footer img. So any image in the footer, its width 90%. So let's reload this page. Looks good. Looks good. Now let's expand it. Now you see the text get bigger again. And it should get bigger. Yeah, there we go. Again, nice. Thing looks good there. And the image goes back to normal size because we said only less, 767 pixels or less. So nice. You have the site responsive. A couple things I want to show you, just two more added little goodies here, is with Google Chrome you can get apps, and there's this app here called User Agent Switcher for Chrome. The cool thing about User Agent Switcher is you can see what it looks like in all different browsers. So the hardest really browser to get things to look similar, although this is one of the benefits of using Bootstrap, and we went over it in one of the first lessons, is that they put in these scripts so that it makes it look the same on Internet Explorer, because Internet Explorer is usually really hard to get something to look the same. So let's just go to the most outdated Internet Explorer. And the site still looks good. So that's a big plus, because if it looks good on Internet Explorer 6, then you're pretty good to go. So User Agent Switcher helps you look in Chrome for different browsers. And we could go through here and do all the browsers, but I just wanted to give you an example of how it works. And then I want to show you one more thing in the realm of links. So earlier we talked about giving these links up here placeholders. So we did, well, they set it for us, but we talked about doing links, placeholders within links, so you would have it like that. That now would be the placeholder. All right, well, I also said there was an added benefit to using IDs in div. So right here we have this get involved ID, okay? I want to show you something. We change this link up here, get involved, to that. Now it's saying, because notice here, if you scroll over this, right now with it doesn't go anywhere. But it does up here just say, hashtag contact, because that's what it was before. Okay, so when you use this # to start off with a link, it says relative on this page, so it looks for a div with an ID, whatever the # is. Well, now that we have this as get involved, so we're going to refresh this page. Now you see get involved down here at the very bottom of the screen. You see index.html hashtag get involved. It looks for a div with an ID of get involved. Boom. Once we click on it, it takes us right down there. So you can use that to move your users to different parts of the page. Make it look like there's multiple pages, but you can create like a tower page with a bunch of different sections, like a landing page for selling something. And you can use these links up here as links to other parts of the page where you want them to go. Alright guys, your site looks awesome across all different resolutions, all different types of devices, and you have your first site live. Congratulations. And next we'll do some more bonus chapters and talk about how you get it live on the web.